Hello everyone and welcome back to more Crash Twinsanity for the PlayStation 2, and in this episode we're going to be going further through that cave like I said in the last episode. And let's just get to it then, shall we? Because this is where we're actually going to come across a bit of a weird part of it and things. And there's actually a certain part of this where we're going to see cut content. Well, at least we're not going to see it, but I'm going to make it myself, and you'll see what I mean. It's basically, you know, where I play some unused songs that weren't really used in the game. Also, do I really need to sacrifice myself in order to get that life? I don't know, it's risky. Should I attempt it? Go for it. Yeah! There we go. Nice. That was worth it. Cool. But yeah, because you know where I was saying that this game has a lot of cut content? Like, more than you think, actually. I mean, even more than I think. I've discovered a whole bunch of things just by doing research on this and stuff like that. But at a certain part in this cave, they were going to use this song that wasn't really used in the final game. In fact, how about I just play it for you right now, just a little snippet of it, just to show you what it was like and things. Because I can see why they removed it, since it didn't suit it at all. Reverting back to the original song that was used for this, yeah, that's what they were going to use in this part, really. Really, I should have just used it when I was going up the things, because it was actually just called Ice Climb, the song. In fact, if you download the OST to the game, you can actually find the hidden track Ice Climb, and it's alright. It's a bit of a mess, really, and it doesn't really suit what you're doing. It's a bit excessive for what the hell's going on and things, whereas just the calm, you know, Iceberg Lab music suits it a bit better, if you ask me. There's also another one that we're going to come across, which, what is it? It's in the boiler room, which is a bloody long hell of a way at the moment, because Iceberg Lab is actually quite a difficult level, if you ask me. So we're going to be getting onto that one a bit later, I guess. Other than that, yeah, that's what song was going to be used for it. I know, a bit weird, isn't it? You can even look up some weird artwork and things, and find some hidden artwork that was going to show some of these levels for evidence and things. This segment here, though, I don't know. I had a bit of troubles with this, playing this for the first time as a kid, but now it's okay, I guess. It's nice that I gave these things back, which is actually a throwback to the first game, because, oh dear. Go away. Yeah, whoops. As I was saying, these things here, if you played the first Crash Bandicoot game and got to like one of the last levels, these things appeared. It's nice that they gave them back, so they do have some kind of throwbacks, you know, to previous enemies coming. I mean, it's like at the very beginning, you know, that— whoa! Jesus Christ, I forgot about that penguin. Jeez. You know, like that skunk that we saw at the beginning that's basically complaining that it's been moving back and forwards for 10 years. 10 years, wow. Let me know. Crash Bandicoot's been going on for a long time. In fact, well, Crash Bandicoot is nearly freaking 20 years old, that game. Good God, I feel old. That was like state of the art back in the day. Oh well. Things age, I guess. The PlayStation to this day actually is 20 years old. Because it came out in 1995. Oh, goodness me, wow. And it's even weird to find that even newer stuff like the 3DS is nearly freaking 5 years old, you know? It came out in 2011 and it's 4 years old now. Oh god. I remember 3D gaming back in 2011, that was a new thing. And apparently it's becoming old school. What the hell? I don't get what these yellow flashing lights. I suppose we're in some kind of factory and things, but I don't know. It just seems a bit of a weird effect going on right there. Because there's no like luminous effect or anything. It's just a simple flashing light going on. Also, these things fly up and try to kill you, which is very strange. Plus, I find it really hard to dodge this goddamn penguin, because he flies all over the place and tries to kill you. Which can be a pain in things. One thing I don't get though in this is when you, whoa, okay, that's moving a bit fast actually. When you blow up, like, you know, a box or something, at least a life box anyway, usually in most games it would disappear. This one doesn't for whatever reason, and I don't know why. Also, good thing I ignored that penguin there, otherwise I would have been toast. Reminds me of Spyro whenever I see that, you know, Toasty. I think that was his name, Toasty, was it? I don't know. Oh wait, no, it's Gnork. Yeah, Gnork. Gnork the Toastmaster. Toastmaster? No, what the hell? That's weird. Okay. Still, those penguins are a pain in the ass to dodge, I tell you. The amount of times I've just died from trying to dodge them, because they literally just circle around you when you ignore them. I don't know, it's a pain, really. I suppose that every enemy has to be bad, otherwise the game's going to be far too easy, isn't it? I think, though, in a mo, that rhymes, we are going to be coming up to, I think, a really, really cool gameplay mechanic. Or it might be a bit later, I don't know. Because I can't really remember, even though I've played the game recently. I'm terrible with memory when it comes to games. Apart from Metro Fusion, I can remember where all the items are with that one, for some reason. I don't know why. Oh yeah, this bit, I remember this. Okay, take a good listen to the cutscene of this, as this is a really cool throwback to the Wrath of Cortex and breaking the fourth wall.
The check bounced. Are you sure? Well, the past few years have kind of been slow. Wrath of Cortex didn't do as well as we'd hoped, and... Fish?
Yep, you heard him right. The actual game developers admitted themselves that Wrath of Cortex didn't do as well as they hoped, and that was said by Cortex. That's probably the best thing ever. Oops. What the hell happened there? Alright, I see. There's about this bit, fair enough. Plus, I don't care. Even though that cutscene seems pretty much empty of what the hell's going on, it's just so funny to watch, because there's barely any noises going on. You're just like, what the hell's going on? This is what I find anyway. So even though, you know, they're pretty empty and not really finished, I find them really entertaining to watch. Plus getting that life up there is a pain in the bum, I tell you. You have to like sort of align where the hell you're throwing Cortex with this one. Plus every time you move forward, the camera goes back, doesn't it? Do I even need to bother? I mean, I have 57... Nah, forget it. Otherwise I'm going to be here forever and I'm not going to get anything done. As I mean, we're already at 8 minutes so far. Why does recording go by so quick? That's weird. Anyway, yeah, the gameplay mechanic returns here, you know, basically back in Cavern Catastrophe, where we throw Cortex around and he basically solves puzzles. And that's going to become a big thing in this game. I guess you could say most of the game, really, when you're working with Cortex, is a puzzle game, technically. Just a puzzle platformer, if you will. And honestly, I approve of it a lot, as I really like this game. As you can probably tell, because I'm doing a goddamn LP of it. I'm not going to do an LP of a bad game, am I? Plus... Oh, what was your bad idea, wasn't it? Okay, maybe not. Fair enough. That's fine. I thought I threw him into the water and that would freeze him, therefore I'd have to start again, as for some reason that becomes a thing later in the game. Like, if you throw him into acid or something, that's it, he burns. That costs you a life, like, even if you accidentally do it. I don't know why, but either way, it's just a little bit of a nitty-picky flaw there, I guess. There's not really much else to say in this area, really. We're just working together with Cortex with this purple crystal, and trying to do whatever it is, really. To be honest, the plot for this game doesn't really make the best of sense, but still. There's penguins, though. If any of you know how to actually dodge those penguins... Oh dear, there he goes. Just let me know down in the comments or something below, because that would be useful, really, as I can never really find out how to actually dodge those. It doesn't ruin the game or anything, but it does make it somewhat more difficult. I really like Aku Aku's character model for this, though, and Uka Uka's. They look really good. They're kind of just like exactly like the original, but enhanced, really, which I approve of a lot. I mean, at least their models are slightly better than you know, the Wrath of Cortex, or even if you want to go that far, Crash of the Titans. Good God, what the hell did they do to Aku Aku in that one? I don't know. On the bright side though, Aku Aku in Crash of the Titans was voiced by the same guy who voiced Grim in The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Now that's pretty cool, I will admit. Kind of a bit unexpected, and you're like, well, why him? But I don't care, it's goddamn Grim. I mean, Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy was one of my childhood shows, which I really liked. So that just shows. Okay. I don't get how he doesn't hurt himself with this, but look, we actually have to smash him through the glass, and he comes out with no bruises or anything. I suppose this is an E-rated game. Well, in the UK, 3+ in the web, but I don't know. Saying 3+ just sounds weird. This is a 3+ game. You know, I don't know, it just sounds weird to me, really. I don't know why they had to put so many nitros in this bit, though. It reminds me of the death roots in, Wrath of Cortex, which are very weird, really, compared to the other games, like Crash 2. Crash 2's death roots were not just nitro, but in Wrath of Cortex, they basically just took the same path and just plonked a load of nitros on it, making it hard for you to dodge and things. I suppose it made it more challenging, but it just, I don't know, it got samey after a while, if you ask me. Whereas Crash Bandicoot 2's death roots actually had variety going on. You know, you had an entirely different stage, except for that one time at the end, where there was a whole bunch of nitros. But again, that was only one time, and that was it, really. So why they had to include all that, I have no idea. Plus, oh goodness, I was going to say, I was thinking then I couldn't really jump down or anything. Also, I tried to do this, but it doesn't really work. Oh. Is he alright? Yep. Fair enough. I thought I threw him down and then killed him then. I'm surprised he survived that one, to be honest. It's weird, and yet he doesn't survive the simplest things later on in the game. I always try throwing him down, though, to where those penguins are to see what happens, and wow. Okay, my throwing with Cortex is not going that well at all, is it? But, yeah, I always try throwing him down where those penguins are to just see what happens, and nothing special really happens, to be honest. Other than the fact that he just falls down and then comes back. Wouldn't it be cool, though, if you could activate the cutscene again like that, but then just appear on the top anyway? So that way you can basically break the game. Why did they have to put nitros here? I don't know. Some of the nitros placed in this game are just a bit random, a bit misplaced if you ask me. Plus, is that yeah, that is everything in Ice Climb. That's cool. Because I ought to be checking my gems, actually. Even though it's nice to talk, it's nice to keep up to date with what gems there are to collect and things. Plus, it also helps that I recently practiced it. And now we're going to come across a boss in the game, I think. Which makes no goddamn sense to the plot at all, if you ask me. I mean, why the hell does he appear on the ice? Look, we've got Uka Uka in the ice. A, how the hell did he get there? And two, why is he fighting us with Cortex? Wasn't he working together with Cortex? That's weird.
Free again! Mighty Uka Uka! Who has released me from my icy tomb? My, can it be? Crash and Cortex? I don't know whether to kiss you or kill you!
I really love the humor in this game. Some of you may not, but to me, I just find it really cool. It just suits Crash. You know, Crash has always been just crazy and funny, I think. And to have it in this is pretty sweet. I mean, when I first saw the advert of this game, it made me want to get it, but sadly I never did. And we're going to come across a very weird song by Spiromouth of Uka Uka's boss battle. For some reason, though, it suits it. I don't know how that works, but it just does. And also, I have to be very careful here, otherwise I'm going to burn and die. I like what he does, though. He basically just does that whenever you burn him and things. Yeah, this song's pretty weird, though. It's pretty awesome, though, done in, like, a cappella version. I mean, maybe if it was done with instruments, I wouldn't be too fond of it, but just the fact that this is done, you know, with real voices, it's pretty impressive. This is not really something that you'd hear, you know, Smooth McGroove make or anything like that. This is more something that you'd expect to hear actual instruments and maybe a bit of singing thrown in. But, like I said earlier, the whole soundtrack of this game is in a cappella form, which is very, very impressive, really. And I think, wow, we're already nearly done. What the hell happened there, man? He just walked straight through the goddamn middle. That's weird. I've never done that before. Alright. I was thinking about cutting this out, but it wasn't really that long anyway. Might as well just redo this boss. It doesn't really take that long. Plus I've got Aku with me, so if I screw up, like, at least I have some backup. So that's all fine with that. But still, he's never done that before. I don't know why he did it just then. He just literally plowed through the middle. That's never happened to me ever in things. So that's different. Okay. Now hopefully he's gonna stay where he is and not plow through the middle while I'm trying to burn him. There we go. Oh, that's why he sort of like walks backwards, does he? Fair enough. That's the boss.
I shall return!
Uka, wait! An evil greater than even yours threatens to destroy this world.
No! That's my job!
Divided, we are but two magical masks. Join me, and together we shall defeat this evil infestation.
I like a challenge. I accept. This should be fun!
The Aku Uka brothers, together again.
Yay! Except for some reason they never appear again. Really? No. Uka Uka and Aku never appear. Maybe that was another part that was cut out and things. Also, you can kill yourself if you want by burning yourself here. But I wouldn't really recommend that. But yeah, I don't know how that makes any sense. And why is Aku with me right now? Yeah, it doesn't really make any sense with what was cut out in this game. Still, to me, it doesn't ruin it. It still makes it a fun game. And, what am I going to do now? So I got everything in Ice Climber. Should I just end it off here, I reckon? Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, we're at 17 minutes and a lot happens, yeah. I guess we're going to end it off here then. In the next episode of Twinsanity for the PlayStation 2, we're going to be going further through this cave and come across a really, really cool gameplay mechanic. Seriously, this was like one of the best things I've ever saw as a kid. Take care guys, hope you've enjoyed this episode of Twinsanity, and I'll see you in the next one.